Hello, it is Trish from Unwrite the Rules. Welcome to day 2 of the 3-day procrastination busting challenge. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about one of the most common reasons behind procrastination, and that is perfectionism. Now, perfectionism has stopped in its tracks so many great ideas or great creative outlets before they've even had a chance to be released into the world, whether it's writing a book, launching a business, even applying for, writing a job application for a new job, giving a presentation. So many of us avoid starting or procrastinate starting this type of thing, or if we do finish it, avoid and procrastinate launching. The reason we give ourselves is perfectionism. Now, as high achieving women, it's very easy to rationalize perfectionism as a really good thing. We tell ourselves that, we have high standards, we care about good quality, it's important to maintain the professionalism of our brand or image or reputation. So you link all those words with our perfectionism. But the truth is, it's not about those things at all. We can rationalize it all we want, but the real reason behind the truth behind perfectionism is it's all about fear. It's about fear and insecurity. We are afraid of being criticized. We fear being judged. We're scared that someone will think less of us because of ABC if it's not completely perfect. And that's completely normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone feels that. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, that you're too scared to, start your blog. You're too afraid of public opinion to even get out there. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. Everyone feels that. The difference is that some people go ahead and do it anyway. They ignore that fear. Now, that fear, by the way, is completely normal in everyone. I mean, in the real olden days, ancient history, our brains evolved to, keep us alive so we could procreate and spread over the planet as we so successfully have. So it's really loud here from outside. Um, so our brain, we're human beings are social creatures, and we've evolved to need acceptance from the tribe. And like I said, in the olden days, that was literally a matter of life and death. If you weren't accepted by the tribe and protected, if you were sent out on your own, then you were more likely to die and get eaten by lions or wolves. So your brain is wired to keep you, in not going outside the box, not risking anything. Because it doesn't, the fear of being ostracized is literally death. And this is an ancient part of your brain that hasn't caught up with it. So its intentions are good, but it's way out of date. Like these days, if some douchey internet troll writes on your YouTube video that you're fat and ugly, you are not going to die. You might feel like poop, but you're not going to die. There's but your brain hasn't made that connection. If you finally publish an article, and then someone writes back and says, "Oh, by the way, you've got 3 typos in there," you're not going to turn around and get charged by a hippo and die. So these things that you're scared of them, and it's a real feeling that you're feeling. You're scared of them because you're programmed. You're being flooded with hormones and stuff that fear the worst possible outcome, like you will die. But you won't. So there's no real secret over, getting past this fear and insecurity. You just have to do it anyway. And I don't know. I mean, this is something I'm constantly working on. In my experience, it doesn't get any easier, but the more you do kind of push past it, like put that ancient part of the brain, say thank you very much, but put it to the side and act anyway, the easier it is to do it next time. I don't feel the fear any less, but I have gotten past it before and not died, so it's easier to take that step and get past it again. There's a book that's recommended a lot on the personal development circuit called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And really, that is such a good motto. If you had to choose just one life motto, it's a pretty good one to have, because all growth and all the most exciting things you do in terms of not just bungee jumping or whatever, but in terms of growing as a person and really experiencing the fullness of life comes from stepping through fear. So, yeah, that is really the basis of perfectionism. And once you know that, you can start to sort of have some arguments to counter back to that little part of your brain that's saying, "Oh, I can't do this yet. Oh, I can't write this book yet. I'm not an authority. I need to study a bit more. I need to do this. I need to interview some other people who are more experienced than me." You've got ammunition now to write back and say, "No, I know what this is. You're afraid that I'm going to die. You are trying to protect me from doing something that would push me out of the crowd, but I know in this day and age that's not going to happen. Any of the injuries aren't going to be physical injuries, they'll be injuries to your ego, which you can get past. I'm not saying it's easy and it does feel like crap, but you can get past it. It's not like you've been, I don't know, I'm giving such gruesome examples, but you've been thrown off a cliff by a wild animal or something. It's ego and fragile, self things you can get through them. So basically the message of this video here is to feel the fear and do it anyway. Stop using perfectionism as an excuse to hold yourself back. Get stuff done, get stuff out there. If you are criticized, then you're criticized. There's a good exercise I use with clients actually, which you might want to try if you're at the stage, if you've produced whatever you're producing for this project and it is something that goes out publicly into the world. Then there's a really good exercise called the negative consequences exercise. And what you do is, that feeling when you fear, oh, it's so scary, like what will happen? You literally write out all the worst things that would happen. The worst things that would happen. Like in the case of me putting this video together, which is not something I've done very much, but me putting this video out there for you guys to have a look at. What's the worst thing that can happen? Now, my instinct gut is, oh my god, my friends will see this, and they'll think that I'm really dumb, or the friends I used to work with in this sphere of my life will say, oh my god, she's a woo-woo hippie now, and will think I'm not so clever, and ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. But anyway, validate it to a certain extent, write it all down, and get it out there. And then you'll quickly see, like even just saying those, I'm like, those are so dumb. You'll quickly see that loads of them are just stupid and ridiculous. Some of them might be valid. Something like, for example, if you are wanting to write an opinion piece for the newspaper and it's something that your employer might be consequences from the employer. If they saw that, then write it down. And then next to each of the ones that aren't stupid, that you haven't crossed off, say, what would I do if? So if this happened, this is how I would handle it. And then once you've got that down there, it frees up so much mental space. You don't have to go round and round in your head imagining this and that. You're like, okay, well, if this happens, I know what I do. I decided I'd do this. Boom, you don't think about it anymore. And that's really super good. That's really super helpful exercise. So anyway, I talked longer than I wanted to. The message is stop using perfectionism as an excuse. Get your thing done, get your thing started, get your thing finished, get your thing out there. Whatever it is, you can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now is the time for you to do it. So, keep hitting my microphone. So that's it for today's video. I would love to hear in the comments below if you have anything that you recognize now you've been rationalizing, something that you've held back in doing or starting or creating because you told yourself things like, oh no, I've got to train some more, the quality is important, I have to make sure this and that, and really you are realizing now that it's just proper fear, and that you have ways to get through it. So let me know in the comments below if you have anything like that, and yeah, I hope the challenge is going well, and I hope this was helpful for day 2. See you tomorrow.